Hello everyone, welcome to my wildlife garden. It's been a while since I put up a video, so I thought I'd bring you up to date with what I've been doing. I haven't done much in the garden because I don't do anything really till the end of March, apart from I've clipped back those fuchsia bushes. But I have had some plants arrive that need to go in, but to keep me green fingers happy, I've been doing my usual volunteering at my local community woods. So I thought I'd take you along and let you have a look at some of the work I've done there and what the wood's about. So I volunteer here 2 or 3 times a month, so over to me. So this is Warley Woods where I volunteer, and this part of the woods a long time ago was under the charge of the local groundkeepers really, and they planted laurel. At the time it was kept low, but as time went on and it changed hands and became now what is a community woods, these were left to their own devices and obviously cause a lot of problems. Nothing will grow underneath laurel. It's got a poison in it that poisons the ground, and so we're making a start on clearing it, and we did this just last Friday. And last week we finished the hedge in time for the nesting season. We won't continue anymore here till October, but it looks great. And this is where I do a lot of work, cutting back plants, mainly bramble, and controlling lots of invasive plants here. We've helped to build a pond. If we go along the boardwalk to the pond, you'll see this was a council site before, and they used to dump all their brickwork here from rubble mainly. Nothing dangerous here, just rubble. So you'll see bricks in the pond. The pond needs a clay liner. We're hoping to do this in the next couple of years. It does have a leak. So it needs some attention. There's a bit of frog spawn in here, and we've spotted a couple of newts too, but generally it dries out in the summer. Sorry about the finger. That bank there that's covered in coltsfoot, that's just rubble. They're just bricks everywhere. So, but the wildlife here, we've had it assessed, and there's a lot of wildlife here. So we're really pleased with how it's developing. Basically it's a circular walk. You go along the boardwalk and then go off to the right and come back on yourself on that little path, or you carry on to another. There's another 2 paths to come out, and we've planted a lot of wildflowers here, and generally just keeping on top of bramble really. We let the bramble grow because it's important for birds, but yeah. And then our market started here too. This comes once a month, and it's all local produce we love. We had a fine dinner from that feast and some soap for my hands. Cakes are delicious. And in my own garden I've mainly been pondering, walking up and down, trying to figure where to put things, new plants, relaying the path. Yeah, this area is just full of moss. It has a bit of geranium, but it's like this border's a border of 2 halves. It's very, very mossy and dark at this end of the border. Really the only thing growing is the oregano, which is great for the bees, but does need controlling, and I need to add some new plants to it. Don't know about this allium, might take it out. But the other end is lovely. You can see all the primroses, and the path. These 4 of the stepping stones have really sunk in this winter weather, and so I need to lift and relay those, and and then add more along the path. Crocuses are in this image, but they're all gone now, so yeah, the season's changing, and the grape hyacinths are all coming out instead now, so we're nearly at the equinox. But the crocuses this year were just fantastic. Here's some images of the crocuses that came up this year. Considering the weather, I didn't expect them to be as good as they were, really, and a vital source for the early bees. So yeah, new things coming up, tulips, and yeah, lots of grape hyacinths in pots and in the border. Yeah, great. The hairy-footed flower bees use these a lot. I do try and capture some footage of the hairy-footed flower bee, but they're so fast at this time of year. Lovely anemones. Yeah, and generally lots of new things coming up to replace the crocuses. It's important to sort of have this sort of cycle of flowers coming up throughout the year for the bees, really, so there's always something in flower in the garden. But yeah, it's just great seeing shadows again in the garden. Not seen any for a long time, have we? It's been such a dull year. But this is me trying to capture the flower bee, hairy-footed flower bee on the current, but it's impossible, really. They dash about so much. But another great vital source of nectar and pollen in the garden at this time of year. Lots of bees love this. The cowslips are just beginning to pop out. They're lovely, and they cross-pollinate with primroses and make oxlips. They're lovely. They're just as pretty. And the snake's head fritillary too coming out. My shed is a disaster. It's a small shed and just a storage place, really. Lots of bird food in there and that, but I could hardly get in it, so I've got to tidy the shed up. It is something I keep meaning to do, but I keep getting distracted by pondering in the garden. I'd rather ponder than tidy the shed. Again, the primroses, a close-up of some of the primroses, they've been absolutely beautiful. Considering the weather, just didn't expect to see such flowers looking so well, really. And a kind bumblebee kept still long enough for me to film on the current. This is a bufftail. And just some of the other things coming up. That's the peony. And this is, oh, I forgot the name of it. Anyway, it's covered in buds. And then I spotted this lovely ladybird in the garden the other day. So lots of creatures beginning to wake up. Hopefully there'll be plenty of sunspots this year after last summer. And in the pond, the spawn's just beginning to change shape. And another good source for the hairy-footed flower bee is the lungwort, as I've said before, and it's spreading really well now up under the apple tree. The females particularly seem to like it. The rambling rose I cut back hard has survived, like I said last year, and this year's looking absolutely perfect, and I must keep on top of it. And it's good to see that my clematis that I dug up and repotted has taken, so good to see that flowering. And my garlic is coming up. I thought I'd lost this. I've been checking, but yeah, it's just coming through now. So just loving the little bits of sunlight that we're getting now, more and more. This week's going to produce even more sun and heat. So I've planted out the plants. There's more to come. I'm waiting for some more to come. That's the aster up at the top of the garden, and in the new border, some in the new border, the roseanne's in the new border. Hopefully that'll topple over those logs by the pond and look nice. A favourite of the bees. And the teasel's under the apple tree, and hopefully that will start self-seeding under there. And I did manage to tidy up the shed, so although there's still a lot in there, it's a bit more organised than it was. I can access the bird food a lot easier now. A rat has been in the shed a couple of times, so yeah, that all needed sorting too. Got some holes to fill. but that'll come in the future. And in the house I've been stewing the potatoes. They look quite happy about it, and I'm beginning to do some seeding. My son brought me some seeds for Mother's Day, and I'm going to use the seed snails and try that method. So yeah, I hope oh yeah, and I've got to plant the peas that Annie bought me, sent me, not bought me, sent me through the post, so those are going in. So yeah, good week for weather this week, so enjoy it while you can, and yeah, I hope to see you all soon. Take care. Bye for now.